area where the resolution is speaking of on King Street is across from where the new shopping center is going to be. When you look at that area, we have had several incidents where students, but there's also a school along that area. There's several incidents where persons have fell into the opening along the stretch. And when you think about the homeless community and that they will have to traverse as it is now, it is something that I'm also mindful of. When I went there last Friday with the team from KSAC and those from the ministry to view the entity, it dawned on me even more the danger that is going to arise from the homeless community. The drainage infrastructure also does not allow for proper cleaning. Cleaning is done periodically for that drain, but because of the breakdown, whenever the cleaning is done, they're not able to get access to all the different areas. And the residents there complain about rodents. They complain about the smell. So it affects those that live there and have their businesses that operates in that, where the drain is located. So it is critical to have that been addressed. And I'm happy to say that after speaking with persons from the engineering department and our chief engineering officer, the design, Mayor, is a modern design. It is going to change aesthetics. I'm not sure if this design has been used before across the city, but it will definitely be the first for the constituency of West Kingston. So I'm happy that we're able to put this together and to bring it here today for that area for King Street. I also would like to say to the council and through your office that we are to look at the lighting. Because that thoroughfare is a busy thoroughfare, especially coming from Era Circle. We're to look at the lighting, we're to look at signing, and hopefully even put in a pedestrian crossing. To bear in mind the homeless community that will be utilizing the zone as soon as the drop-in center is open. Now, let I move secondly to Law Street. Whenever it rains, that area of Law Street is properly flooded. It becomes a pond, then converts into a river. And the flooding affects residents that lives on North Street, and North Street is perpendicular to Law Street. And the second I will speak more about that as the flooding affects the persons in his division. I do want to make a recommendation. I don't know if it exists, but we need to have legislative support that when entities are coming in through JSIF, etc., to do work on the parochial roads, that supervision is given to these from the council. Why I'm saying that? On observation, one issue that affects Law Street, Mayor, is road work that was done where existing drains were damaged because of the road work. And when I brought the persons from the engineering department, they point out to me to say, why, Councillor, the man never realized they cannot do it this way. So with that, I believe we should look at providing the legislative framework. So when works are being done on our parochial roads, the council gives supervision to ensure that there's no damage is being done to the infrastructure, drains, etc. Lastly, equalization fund. Currently, the PRF is designated for roads related, drains, cleaning of thoroughfares, etc. I think it's time that we review the equalization fund and broaden the scope. as councillors, you know, it cannot only be about drains and roads. We are supposed to be able to look at other areas of infrastructure and able to find funding to tap into those infrastructure. What am I saying? Let's say that a councillor has an area that he would like to put in a local park. Where does the resources come from? Each administration takes on major projects, and I'm seeing that happen with this current administration, where we take on major projects across the municipality. But what about projects that go specifically for communities? Local parking. If a council identify areas in his or her division where they would like to develop for local parking, where does the funding come from? Local investment, purchase of land. And I give you an example, Mayor. In my own division, I actually have 2 locations that there is no avenue where I can get the funding to have the purchase of land, the construction of shops, so that we have situation in my division, I'm sure other divisions may have it, where residents construct shops and the sidewalks. If as a local representative, areas can be identified within the divisions where lands can be purchased, these shops can be constructed and operate and owned by the council, it will create an area, create a situation where the residents will have it. One, it will change aesthetics. It will change the mindset. Person will understand that they don't have to put up something on the sidewalk or an informal area. You can approach a council from once shops are available and to have them rented. So these are some of the things that flow through my mind, and I do hope that this recommendation will take into serious consideration, and the Ministry of Local Government will look at broadening the scope of the equalization fund. And they will bring the suggestion that they have to the council so that the council can review those suggestions and send it back to the ministry before implementation of policy. So in closing, I do want to say thanks to the council for hearing this resolution, and I do hope that I will get the support from all the members across the board. Thank you.